Hello everybody, my name is Smarty, short for Smarty Reads, and welcome back. Today I'm going to read a new book called Heart to Heart with Mallory. It's written by Mallory and illustrated by Barbara Polak. But before we begin, make sure you like this video, subscribe and turn on post notifications so you know when I upload a new video. Also share this video with your friends and family so they can watch me read as well. Other than that, let's begin. Heart to Heart with Mallory. So this is the table of contents. So as in every other book I've read, I'm going to read a word from Mallory and an invitation in one video. And then I'm going to read a trip, a secret, poems, phone calls, secret admirer, all that stuff in a separate videos. And I might read party pics and Valentine's or a new poem. I'm not sure, but we'll see how that rolls in another video as well. So yeah, let us begin. A word from Mallory. This morning I found two strange things in my mailbox. One was an invitation. The other was a package. First, let me tell you about the invitation. It was addressed to my whole family, and it was from my next door neighbor, Mr. Winston. He invited Mom and Dad, and Max and me to a Valentine's Day party, and the invitation said, "Dress fancy." Now you're probably thinking, that's nice because parties are a lot of fun. But trust me, when I tell you it's strange too, trust me when I tell you it's strange too, because ever since I moved to Wishpond Road, I've never known Mr. Winston to throw a party. Even Joey, my on-the-street best friend, would tell me that his dad isn't exactly the party-throwing type. Strange, huh? But wait till you hear about the package. It's even stranger. My grandma sent me a diary, and it sent a note, and she sent it with a note that said, "Dear Honeybee, you can tell your deepest thoughts and feelings to this diary. Love, Grandma." When I read the note, I called Grandma and reminded her that I don't need to tell my deepest thoughts and feelings to a diary because I have a best friend for that. But Grandma said that there are some things I can't tell Marianne, and she said it in a "I know things that you don't" sort of way. All of a sudden, Mr. Winston's throwing a fancy party. Grandma thinks there are things I can't tell my best friend. Think what you want, but I think things are getting a little strange around here, and I'm not sure I like it. Let's begin. This is called The Top Secret Diary of Mallory McDonald. Top secret, keep that. So we're actually going to be reading the diary of her instead of the other videos. In the other videos, we read like the book, but this time we're going to read the diary. So it's a little bit different, but yeah. And that's a picture of Cheeseburger and Mallory. And then yeah, an invitation. Saturday morning at my desk. Dear Diary, I haven't even started writing in you and it already feels weird. Whenever I write dear anything, it's always Dear Marianne. But since Grandma gave you to me as a gift, I feel like I have to fill up these pages. I hope I don't hurt your feelings if I tell you that's something I really want, if that's not something I really want to do. And the thing is, I have something to tell you. Actually, I have something to show you, and that something is an invitation. From Mr. Winston. He's having a Valentine's party. Wait till you see the invitation. Mr. Winston wrote a mushy poem about love. If you ask me, it's very Mr. Winston, but I don't care. I love parties, especially the kind where you get to dress up, and I can't wait to go to this one. Heart, Mallory. Mallory. P.S. I can't decide if I should wear my pink skirt with a ruffly top or my red dress with hearts on it. Ruffles or hearts? And then at the bottom, there's the ruffles and the heart dress. P.S. The good news, I have 3 weeks to decide because that's when the party is. The bad news, I have to wait 3 weeks for the party to get here. Boo-hoo, I hate to wait. Love is, now this is the poem, the invitation, yeah, this is the invitation. Love is a flower, beautiful and rare. Love is a special feeling, none other can compare. Love is a magician, cloaked in mystery. Love can help illuminate things we cannot see. Love is a fuzzy sweater, it warms us deep inside. Love is all around us, it leaves no place to hide. Love is a precious gift, simple, clear, and true. Love is at its best when it reaches out of you. By Frank Winston. Please join me for a celebration of love. Date, Valentine's Day. Place, Winston House, 15 Wish Pond Road. Time, 7 p.m. RSVP. I do not know what that means, but if you do, good. Frank, Winnie, Joey, or Grandpa Winston. Dress, fancy. Saturday afternoon, at my desk. Dear Diary, don't you just love that invitation? I can't wait to tell Marianne about the party. Love, Mallory. Saturday afternoon, back at my desk. Diary, guess what? I don't have to tell Marianne about the party. She already knows about it because she's invited too. Listen to this. After lunch, I was skateboarding with Joey when he said to me, "Hey, did you know Marianne is coming to visit in 3 weeks?" So I said, "Marianne's not coming to visit in 3 weeks. I'm her best friend. Don't you think I would know if she was?" But Joey kept on skateboarding, and when he was about to jump by a rock, he said, she is coming and so is her mom. They're coming for the Valentine's party that my dad's throwing. When Joey said that, I stopped skateboarding. I put my rock on a foot that Joey was about to jump, so he had to stop too. Really? I said to him, and then at the bottom there's Mallory and Joey. I said to him, "Is that really true, and can you tell me more?" And Joey did. "I heard my mom on the phone with Marianne's mom this morning," he said. "He asked her if she'd found a dress for the party yet. Then he said he can't wait to see what she's going to wear." Then that's when Joey went back to skateboarding. But not me. How could I keep skateboarding when my mind was busy filling up with questions like, why would Mr. Winston be talking on the phone to Marianne's mom? Why would he invite Marianne and her mom to his party? And why would he care about what Marianne's mom's wearing to the party? So I asked Joey another question that was on my mind. "Hey Joey, I know your dad and Marianne's mom have been out on a few dates, but do they talk on the phone a lot?" Joey stopped skateboarding and looked at me. "Definite, a lot," he said. "Talking on the phone to someone every day is a lot," I said to Joey. When I said that, Joey laughed. He said he thinks his dad talks to Marianne's mom at least 10 times a day. He said that's every time he walks into his house, that's what his dad's doing. Now I know what I should be doing, and that is getting some answers. I want to know why Mr. Winston is spending all his time on the phone with Marianne's mom. Love, Mallory. Saturday night on the couch with my favorite babysitter. Dear Diary, I began my search for answers tonight. I started with my babysitter, Crystal. She says she's good at knowing things about people. Sometimes when she babysits, she brings a small ball with her. She says when she looks into it, she gets the answer she's looking for. So tonight, I asked her if she would please look into her crystal ball and get an answer for me. I asked her if she could tell me what's going on between Joey's dad and Marianne's mom. Crystal looked into her crystal ball. Then she said she needed more information. So I gave her some. "It's like this," I explained to her. "First, Marianne's mom came here to visit, and she went out on a date with Joey's dad. They had a good time, so they went on a few more dates. Now Joey's father, who never throws party, is throwing a fancy Valentine's party, and he's inviting Marianne and her mom. And he's spending all of his time talking on the phone to her." When I finished giving Crystal this information, I told her to look in her crystal ball and give me my answer. But she said she didn't need a crystal ball to answer this question. "It sounds like to me they're in love," she said. "Please look into her crystal ball and make sure you're right," I said to Crystal. So she looked, then she nodded her head like she was sure she knew what she was talking about. "But there's this one thing I'm sure about, and that's that Crystal who needs a new crystal ball. Love, Mallory. Bad ball." Sunday morning, at the breakfast table with Mom and Dad and Max and a box of chocolate donut holes. Dear Diary, this morning while Max was eating donut holes and Mom and Dad were reading the newspaper, I walked into the kitchen. "Mallory, would you like a donut hole?" Dad asked me. But I told him I didn't want a donut hole. What I wanted was an answer. "Mom, Dad," I asked, "are Marianne's mom and Joey's dad in love?" When I asked that, Mom put down her coffee cup and gave Dad a look. Dad gave her a look back. "They enjoy each other's company," Mom said. That didn't sound like much of an answer to me. Does that mean they're in love? I asked. It means they'd like to spend more time together, said Dad. That doesn't sound like an answer either. So I asked my question again, a little louder. Can somebody please tell me and tell me now if Marianne's mom and Joey's dad are in love? And when I asked it like that, I got an answer. Yes, Mallory, said Mom. Marianne's mom and Joey's dad are in love. Even though Mom answered my question, it made me have a whole lot more. Like, how can they be in love if they live in different cities? And why would they be in love anyway? And are they planning to go off and get married and live happily ever after, just like people do on TV? When I asked those questions, Mom and Dad smiled at each other. And then to the left, there's Marianne's mom and Joey's dad. But I guess I didn't look like I was in the mood for them to smile, because Dad stopped smiling and started explaining. He told me that it would be more convenient if they live in the same place, but that all it means is that they will have to work a little harder at planning to see each other. Then he said it's always difficult to explain why two people love each other, but that Joey's dad and Marianne's mom have a lot in common and enjoy being together. Then Dad told me that he didn't know if they would get married, and we all have to just wait and see. That there's still just one problem. I'm scared if I wait, I won't like to see what I'm going to see. Love, Mallory. Sunday night, sitting at my desk with cheeseburger. Dear Diary, I keep thinking about my conversation this morning with Mom and Dad. I know I'm not the wait-and-see type, but I know something else, too. I know what Grandma meant when she said there are some things I can't tell Marianne. She thinks I can't tell Marianne that it's not a good idea for her mom and Joey's dad to be in love. But Grandma is wrong about that. I can tell Marianne, and I know she will agree. Marianne and I agree on just about everything. I'm going to call Marianne right now and get this whole thing straightened out. Love, Mallory. See, we agree on everything. Then there's Mallory and Marianne. Sunday night, 6:36, at the phone in the kitchen. Dear Diary, I just tried to call Marianne. Her line is busy. Love, Mallory. Sunday night, 6:52, still at the phone in the kitchen. Dear Diary, I tried again. Her line is still busy. Beep, beep, beep. 7:11, still busy. I wonder who's on the phone at Marianne's house. 7:48, Dear Diary, I just got back from Joey's house. I just got back from Joey's house. I went over there to return a comic book I borrowed from Joey, but that's not why I really went. I just wanted to see what the Winstons were doing. But here's what I found out. Joey and Winnie were doing their homework. Grandpa Winston was reading a book. And guess what Mr. Winston was doing? He was on the phone. Love, Mallory. And then at the bowl in the middle, there's Mr. Winston and Marianne's mom. 7:53. Dear Diary, I just called Marianne again. Her line is still busy. I think I know who's on the phone. Love, Mallory. 8:11. Still busy. 8:22. Still busy. 8:29. Dear Diary, I bet you think I'm going to write still busy, but you're wrong. I don't know if Marianne's phone is busy because Mom won't let me call again to find out. Mom is still busy because Mom won't let me call again to find out. She says I have to go to bed. Love, Mallory. Sunday night in my bed with cheeseburger. Dear Diary, with all due respect, I always wanted to use these words, even though they don't make much sense. I can't fall asleep. I wish I could have talked to Marianne tonight, but the first thing I'm going to do when I get home from school tomorrow is call her. I don't like this whole Marianne's mom talking all night on the phone with Joey's dad thing. It's keeping me from sleeping. Love, Mallory. P.S. Writing in a journal in the dark while you're holding a flashlight is not easy to do. But this is the last time I will have to do it, because after I call Marianne tomorrow and straighten this whole thing out, I won't have any more sleepless nights. That's the end of that chapter. I'll see you next time when I read A Trip. Bye, everyone.